What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank. This is another episode of Roadie Reactions, and today we're going to be checking out the latest music video release from Termina. And if you're not familiar with Termina and this is your first time hearing them, this is the project of guitarist and YouTuber Nick Nocturnal and vocalist Andy Cizek, who is most known from being in Monuments. Now, they put out a full album with Termina last year, and we checked some of it out on this channel. And that project was very much involved by just them. Nick did all the strings on it, and then he programmed the drums, and Andy did the vocals, and then they mixed and mastered it themselves. But with this one, Termina 2, as it's called right now, there's a lot of other people involved. They took this production to a whole new level, and I'm not gonna lie, the bar on this one is set very high for me after Nick told me who was gonna be on it, because if you didn't know, Nick was my latest guest on the Back Lounge podcast, and we talked about a lot of this and his trap metal project and a lot of other stuff. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. It's pretty funny. There's some fun information in there. But going off of what he told me from this, man, no longer do we have programmed drums. Playing drums on this album is Chris motherfucking Turner. And if there's anybody not familiar with that name, Chris is most known from being the founding member of Ocean's 8 Alaska, and he's an insane drummer. I mean, that's even understating it a bit. The guy's nuts, dude. He just came out with a solo album, and he's really blowing up in the musical community. He's very unique. There's not a lot of other people that have the style that he does. So knowing that he did the drums on all of this, I'm just expecting insanity. And on top of that, Nick is no longer mixing and mastering this. They got Zach Cervini to mix and master this. And Grammy-nominated audio engineer. He's worked with so many people. I mean, his list is too long to name here, but in the last couple years alone, he's worked with Coheed and Cambria, Bring Me the Horizon, Architects, Motionless in White, Limp F***ing Bizkit. Like, the guy's good at what he does. So, again, the bar on this is set really high. I'm expecting it to just f***ing slam. So, let's get into it. I will link this original music video in the description below. And today, I'm once again listening to Termina, and for the very first time, checking out the brand new music video for their song, Translucent. Let's go! Oh, the panning on the guitars is awesome. Oh my fucking God, what a place to pause. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I love that we get this full range from Andy, dude, because Andy can do it all, man. He's got brutal screams. He's got a beautiful, clean voice. And I love that we're getting that. We're getting the harsh in the verses, and then we're getting that high range in the chorus. So far, I mean, sound-wise, this is what I expected. I just expected brutality with, like, pretty choruses for the most part, and that's what we're getting. But sound-wise, this is ridiculous, man. And the drum tones I love because Chris Turner, that did the drums on this, is very well known for being, like, the natural drummer. Like, he doesn't like to put samples or anything on any of his stuff. And I love that that carries over so well in recordings, because a lot of days now with modern recordings and technology, a lot of these drum samples or these drum sounds are sampled or triggered or replaced and stuff like that. And you don't really have a lot of that with this. On the podcast, Nick did tell me there was like a slight little kick sample that they mixed in with it, but that was it. Everything else that you're hearing drum-wise is natural tones, which is awesome, especially for this style of playing. This is great so far, man, and visually it's really cool, and I'm a total asshole. I can't remember off the top of my head who actually worked on this video, but the cool thing about the video is that when you see Nick and Andy, like, they're separate from each other. Like, they don't live near each other. They do all this stuff separate. They basically just recorded themselves in front of green screens and, you know, shot it with cameras at their houses and sent it in. But all of the background that you're seeing in this is all like computer AI generated, which is insane. I can't remember everything Nick told me off the top of my head, but on the podcast, he talked about it. And that's mind blowing to me that this is like AI generated. This wasn't done by somebody that programmed it. Like, this is all AI, which is mind blowing. But let's get back in, man. I mean, we heard blast beats just fucking coming in hard after that chorus. So let's go. Harmonics, dude. I fucking hope Nick never watches this video so it doesn't boost his ego. There are many times when I listen to music where I get into something so much that it like gets me emotionally. I like tear up a little. Right now, dude. This is fucking sick. That whole part was one of the coolest fucking parts I've heard in a song in a while. Just, I don't even know where to start. Just the brutalness of Andy's vocals. The guitar work Nick was doing was fucking stupid. I mean, it was just awesome. This whole thing is awesome, dude. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe it's because I like Nick and I know him a little bit, but I don't give a shit. I fucking enjoy it. Mix on everything is all. I mean, there's not much for me to talk about other than let's talk about Nick's guitar really quick because I usually do that here because this is the gear channel. But that's it. Not a lot of great looks, just with the way that this video is being shot and stuff like that. And I fully expected to see him playing like, you know, one of his Ernie Ball Music Man guitars. But I should have fucking known better because of how brutal this is. He's playing a goddamn 8-string. Just on the headstock alone, and I did get a little peek at the first fret inlay when it was on a shot. He's playing an Aristides. He's playing an Aristides 080S, and the S line is their multi-scale instruments. Now, Aristides is a name that we keep seeing coming up a ton lately. For good reason, they're great products, but Aristides Instruments is a Dutch guitar manufacturer. They've been around for a little bit now, but their entire company was based around Dutch research that was done by a group of scientists where they were trying to find materials that resonate sound the best, like better than anything else. And after all that research, they came up with a material called Arium. And that's what all of the Aristides guitars are made out of. It's solid body construction made out of Arium. And the tones on it and the sustain and everything is so fucking good, man. And in the last 10 years, they're just exploding, man. We see so many bands using those instruments now. And they're really expanding. They have 6 strings, 7 strings, 8 strings, multi-scales, headless guitars. They have it all at this point. And that thing just is a monster. I mean, it's fucking 8-string. I don't think I'm going to talk the rest of this. Let's just go. This fucking AI needs to go see a therapist, though. I will say that. This is some dark shit. Oh my god. Jesus. Holy f***. Dude. Dude. That exceeded my expectations. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go talk more about it. So as I said, the bar on this one was set very high, man. And for me personally, expectations exceeded. I thought that was so good all the way around. As I was talking about in the video, we got just insane brutality, just heavier than f***, with just a fantastic chorus, man. I mean, you know, the most impressive thing about this to me is that these guys are unsigned. They're doing all of this, like, from their houses and shit like that, and that kind of smashes that perception of, you know, that stereotype that we've all been geared towards our entire lives, listening to bands that, like, you know, to make it, you have to get signed, and to be big and sound good, you have to be signed and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not what these guys are going for. Like, Nick has straight up said he doesn't give a shit about getting signed at all. They just want to write music and put out good stuff. Like, I mean, I think he said he doesn't ever want to even tour or anything, you know? So this is just so impressive that it was done by, you know, well, I was going to say two guys, Andy and Nick, but, you know, Chris drumming on it and then Zach mixing and mastering it, and it sounded fucking huge. It's just super impressive, man. I mean, this should just be a shining example to anybody out there that wants to make their own music and stuff like that, that you don't need the bells and whistles of a giant studio. You don't need to get signed to a label to write stuff and put it out. And I guarantee you, this is going to do well. The caliber of this song and the tones and the playing and everything is on par with everything that's out nowadays in the modern metal scene. Like, I like this more than some stuff I've been seeing from big signed bands. And there's, you know, I gravitate towards the sound when it comes to modern metal and core and stuff like that. It's this one in particular really gave me strong Veil of Maya vibes, which is awesome because I love that band. But I was told that there's going to be different kind of sounds on this entire album, different flavors, different genre influences. So I'm really, really excited to actually see more releases and hear this entire album when it comes out, because Nick said they're going to milk this for a while with just releasing singles. So I have no fucking idea when the entire album is going to come out, but when it does, I'm going to get it. I'm excited. This was fantastic for me, man. I loved it all the way around. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. If this is your first time on the channel, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. If you enjoyed it, you can like it. You can dislike it if you want. You can share it. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. But most importantly, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server a lot of us hang on. I have a Twitch that I stream on. So if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, I'll throw links in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.